Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, glory due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. To the Israelite foreigners that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth that may look like the heathen nations. And to the very few sisters that listen and learn, to you, Shalom. For the new listeners, Yahweh is the only true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God or Jehovah. And Yahweh Shai is the only true name of his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. I'm the brother Yasharala with Great Millstone, Chicago. All right, so this is more technology pushing us steps closer to the MOTB, the Mark of the Beast, which is the radio frequency identification device. All right, which is an implantable device in your hand or in your forehead. I'm gonna play this short video. I got a couple of scriptures. We'll see where the spirit goes. Yahweh willing. This is an edifying lesson to those that need to be edified or that are meant to be edified. All right, so here we go.
People were mad at Burlington Coat Factory for forcing you to take your picture before you step in the store. And as you can see, he stood there and allowed it to take his picture. And right there to the left, the gate only opens after it takes your picture. And this is rolling out to all their stores. And people are just mad about it. It's obviously because of theft. And the reports from the people that's actually working there are saying that the reason for this is if you've ever stolen there before, then this probably has your photo and it will identify if you've stolen there before. And it won't allow you to come into the store. Some people think it's a good idea, but a lot of people feel uncomfortable about it. But let me know what you guys think. Reports from the people that's actually working.
All right, so here it is. This is I don't know if you guys have Burlington Coat Factory, but it's basically like a store that sells jackets and clothing, and it sells a little bit of everything. It's kind of like a TJ Maxx, Marshalls, nonetheless. As you can see, it has a really biometric. All right, biometrics going into your the body. Okay, and what is it doing? It's scanning his face. It's taking a picture of his face, more than likely logging him into a database. All right, now there's similar technology with Walmart where you don't have to take a picture. The Walmart's surveillance system, their technology is pretty advanced. All right, I've been in a couple of Walmarts where you look at the TV where you walk in or where you walk out, and sometimes you'll even see like a green box around your face, which it's tracking. All right, it's scanning. All right, it's uploading your image into their database. So it's looking like Burlington is doing something similar, which more than likely these databases are going to be linked to a central database where, if you got any warrants or anything, you'll walk into the store. Oh, you to shop, you need to scan your face. Okay, you scan your face. You walk in the store, next thing you know, police come and arrest you. This could be used for ICE to see if you're a citizen or not. When they roll out these the Mark of the Beast, the RFID chips. All right, so it's just another step closer. All right, to the MOTB system. All right, which the technology is here, but the implementation of it being made mandatory is soon to come. All right. So I had a couple of scriptures. I want to start off in 2 Thessalonians 2. We could just So we can start from the top, verse 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as for us, as that the day of Mashiach is at hand. All right. So even during Paul's time, it was made clear that the day of Yahweh Shai is at hand. Okay, meaning it's happening, it's coming. So how much more now, us being 2,000 plus years in the future from when this is written. Verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Which two-part prophecy here. Okay, the falling away happened. Okay, 70 AD. Okay, we discontinued from our heritage. We got scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man that the Bible speaks of, which is identified as, they are identified as red. All right. That's the man of sin, the son of perdition. Okay. It says verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So that's the mindset of Esau, Edom. All right. Not just your regular bum on the street or Joe Six Pack or Joe Dirt. No, this is the mindset of the elite of the Edomites. All right. The less than the 1%. Okay. The what you will call the ones that are really running things behind closed doors, that you don't see them, you don't know who they are, but they got puppet leaders in place, all right, pushing their agenda forward. Okay, their mind is that they want to be God, they want to be like God. So with this system, the beast system, the MOTB, the radio frequency identification device technology, and the system, they are going to have a glimpse, which is really not a glimpse. It's just something so minute compared to the power of our God. Okay. That he's going to think that he's a God. He's able to see where you're at all times. He's going to be able to track you down. All right. Know where you've been. Know what you're spending your money on. All right. The algorithm. I'm more than sure there's going to be an algorithm attached to the system where they already know, oh, around 5 o'clock, he's going to show up and buy his coffee. And then after that, he's going to head to work and have lunch around, like they're going to have your whole life basically algorithm and upload it into the system where he's gonna know everything. Even my phone, I forgot, it was my last iPhone. I turned off the whatever the shit was in the settings. I turned it off, but my phone would know when I was going home, what time I was getting done with work, and as I'm getting ready to leave work, it'll like already GPS me how to get home, and it has shown me how long it's gonna take, traffic. And I was like, what the hell? Like, how did this shit know my route already? Like, the phone knew my whole route, like where I was going, around what time. All right, it popped up notifications of a next address that I was getting ready to go to. I'm like, why? I turned all that shit off. All right, so the technology is here. All right, and he's doing it because he wants to be like God. Okay. Let's see. It says, verse 5, remember ye not, well, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 5. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. And the time of him being revealed started with Abba Bivens, prophesying Yahweh Shai. You have the apostles on down, the bishops, the elders on down, prophesying and condemning Esau, Edom, exposing who they are. He's being revealed now in this time. All right, actually, let me see. That's going to be Ezekiel. Ezekiel 35 and 1. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Which Mount Seir is Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, which is read according to the scriptures. That's their heritage. That's their land, which today will be modern day Petra. Okay, so it said to prophesy against it, not the land, but against the people. Okay, just like in the scriptures when Israel was mentioned, all right, speaking of the people, all right, in the, for the most part, the context when it speaks of Judah or speaks of Jerusalem or Israel, it's speaking of the Israelites. So same thing here. Okay, it's not speaking of, so we're supposed to go to Petra and prophesy against some mountains. No, it's speaking of the people from that land, okay, which would be the Edomites. All right, and you have other tribes of Edomites, okay? Just like you have tribes of Israel, you have different tribes of Esau. All right, so we're supposed to prophesy against it, which, that has been done, and now they're being revealed. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So during Paul's time, the Romans were Esau, Edom. All right, they were already at work. Fast forward to today, okay, it's your elite, your the ones who own everything. All right, we call them tiny tops, hook noses. All right, which they stem from Amalek. All right, the Ishes. But nonetheless, they're Edomites, okay, and they're the ones in control, ruling. All right, it says until he be taken out of the way. So the Heavenly Father is allowing them to do what they do to fulfill prophecy, and then he's gonna take them out of the way. Okay, he's gonna do away with them. All right, they're gonna get put down. Yahweh Shai said he saw Satan fall, get cast down like lightning, his fall, right? Which was speaking about the devil, not the spiritual Satan, but the children of Satan. All right, just like you got the children of God, the Israelites, you got the children of Satan, the Edomites. Okay, their fall is going to be quick, which we see it happening. Verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Which, the spirit of his mouth are these words, okay, the scriptures, the spirit. And when Yahweh Shai returns, he's going to destroy them with fire, okay? Here in America, if you're an Edomite in America, you will be destroyed. If you're an Edomite anywhere else, you will be gathered up. Okay. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness. So this person we're dealing with, these elite of the nation of Esau, all right, the Edomites, you know, they're coming in the spirit of Satan, okay? Which Satan is the human adversary, all right? He's an adversary to mainly the Israelites, okay? And who's our number one enemy? Esau, Edom. And he has power, signs, and lying wonders. So he got his AI technology. He got his MOTB technology. He got his facial recognition technology. He has all the tech. He has everything at his fingertips to push the New World Order agenda. All right, which this is what we're waiting for. You know, we're waiting for this to happen. All right, because it only means their downfall and our coming into power and ruling in our kingdom. Revelations 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, which that's the radio frequency identification device. So it's going to be everybody, all right, except for them, you know, the elite of the ones who are going to be implementing this are not going to receive this technology. They're going to be the ones issuing it out. All right. Just like when it was the C-19 going around, you know, they made it, not made, but, you know, they pushed it on the people, but they themselves didn't take that inoculation. All right. The miracle cure, or the jump shots, you know. Revelations 13 to 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the number of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay, so you're not going to be able to buy or sell unless you have this device. And these are going to be like the Amazon store. Amazon store, you don't even need to pay. You could just walk in, sign in with your Amazon, grab what you want, and leave. And when you look up in the ceiling, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of cameras, all right, tracking each item on the shelf. All right, so, you know, the technology is here. All right, it's been here. Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art they cut down to the grave, which didst weaken the nation? Which this is going into the king of Babylon. All right, but who's the one ruling over the king of Babylon? The elites of Esau, Edom. All right. Because you don't see their faces, but their actions you see taking place by their puppets that they put in office, they put in government, right? So, you know, this is going into the ruler of Babylon, which again, right now will be Donald Trump, but Donald Trump has somebody who's over him telling him what to do. Isaiah 14 and 13, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. That's their mindset. All right. While you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you want to be equal with the so-called white man, which is described as red according to the Bible, or anybody else at that. Oh, we're all human. Oh, we all bleed red, right? But their mindset is we're going to be gods, and you're going to be our property. You're going to be under us. We're going to be controlling you. You're going to be our slave. That's their mindset. Verse 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Okay, they're going to be taken down out of power. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that that did shake kingdoms. So this lets us know right here, is this the man? Okay, so this isn't a spiritual entity, a demonic, unclean entity. No, this is speaking of a physical man, which is the rulers of the earth right now, the Edomites. Okay, because they're the one that's in control. So all the nations are gonna look like these motherfuckers are the ones who was doing all this shit, causing all this havoc. That Isaiah 14 and 17, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of the prisons, opened not the house of the prison. Salakia, let me read that again. That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof. Okay, he's always doing war, always blowing shit up. Everywhere he goes, he brings death and destruction. That openeth not the house of his prisoners. Jake in here, especially in America, is locked up, but their people commit the most crimes. All right. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of the grave like an abominable branch, and as the remnant of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden underfoot. Okay. But yeah, that's basically the point. Them being the Edomites, the elite that have the power to push this technology with the mindset of thinking that they're going to set themselves up as God, but ultimately being taken down out of power eventually. All right, so this is good news. I don't know if this is an old video or fairly new. I just seen it right now. Earlier today, I should say. Not only that, I have not myself been to Burlington in quite some time. I normally go like every couple of years when I need to get a jacket or something, or here and there when I need to get some, some underwears or some shit. But for the most part, this is a beautiful thing, seeing Esau using his technology, which is going to be integrated with the MOTB system. All right, so Yahweh willing, with that, this was an edifying lesson to those that were meant to be edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory once again to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Shalom till next time.